Thank you, madam. It is said that history is politics of yesterday.
Mhm.
History is politics of yesterday, and politics of today is going to be history of tomorrow. So we have created history of tomorrow now. The G20 meet at South Africa, Johannesburg, has been historic one more than one ways. Number one, it was the first ever G20 meeting held on the African soil. Number two, it was perhaps the first meeting where USA was absent. And thirdly, it was the first meeting where the government for the next meeting could not be handed over to the incoming presidency of US. So there are so many things historic about it, and really it's going to be really part of history. Now you see, G20 is a platform, and perhaps the only platform where the developing and developed economies sit together to find out solutions of the global challenges, to converse and share ideas. It becomes a bridge between developing and developed world, and this should not be berated by any of the powers. South Africa has been one of the founding members of G20 and now actively involved in BRICS, in IPSA, and so many platforms. So we must acknowledge that you can't take South Africa or the African continent lightly. It must also be noted that four consecutive G20 meetings have been held in Global South, that is Indonesia, India, Brazil, and South Africa. So it is in the imperative of Global North to support Global South, because now the narrative is shifting, as your program name says, narrative shift. Narrative is shifting, and sooner we acknowledge it and cooperate and collaborate with each other, better for the whole humanity. It is said that 75% of the future growth will come from global south. So I take it as not only the success of South Africa, but the whole global south
Mhm.
to have stronger saying in the global agenda. The tone, the content of Cyril Ramaphosa sir uh, in the speech says itself, and later in the official statement issued by the presidency of South Asia, that dignity is important for each and every country,
Mhm.
and nobody can demean it by any means. It is in fact the power of G20 and the narrative that is being shifted, that you must know that although US strongly boycotted and had very discriminatory words being used by the president of USA towards South Africa,
Mhm.
but none of the allies of USA boycotted. This is a point to be noted. EU was there, and later EU summit happened. Later IPSA happened, and IPSA is not only a group of three countries; they represent three continents
Absolutely.
and three major economies. So it is uh, better for everyone to acknowledge the narrative that is being shifted and to acknowledge the role that Global South can play in the welfare of the whole humanity. So I think this has been the major historic thing that has happened in this, which I wanted to point out, besides whatever declaration had been said. And another
Okay.
thing to be noted, that in spite of no participation from USA, the consensus was achieved in declaration.
Hmm.
That is another point to be noted. So things are changing, and we are happy to make history on several grounds. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, you are right, madam. The spirit behind the G20 meet and the declaration at South Africa has been Ubuntu. That translates into I am because we are.
Sure.
And that means the importance of shared mutual coexistence. And that is what is again matches with the India's philosophy of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. That is, the whole world is one family. And in our G20 meeting in India, we had the slogan "One World, One Family, One Future." So we all share the future, and we sink or swim together. So we have to understand this concept of Ubuntu. And same thing was reflected in Prime Minister Modi's address also, highlighting a concept of integral humanism. That is, the whole humanity, the individual, the society, and the nature, they are all part of a whole, integrated into one system. And uh, anything that is considered in the policy making framework has to consider the whole humanity as integrated whole. And that is what is, I think, multilateralism is also the concept about it. And the world is moving towards multilateralism very fast. And as Prime Minister Carney of Canada also reflected, that the center of gravity of global economy is now shifting fast. So we have to understand that we have a shared future, and that was also reflected in the several initiatives proposed by Indian Prime Minister there. That is most important being skill multiplier initiative for Africa, with a target of training over 1 million trainers in Africa to guide in various skill sectors, and that will have a multiplier effect on the future generation also across Africa. And with around 60% of population of the African continent being youth, it will make a difference to the world at large also. So I think this concept of integrated humanism is something that has to be pursued, and with the aim that 3S, that is security, self-respect, and sovereignty. These three things are non-negotiable for any nation, and we must have respect the dignity of each and every nation, big or small, mighty or less powerful, uh, and see it that since we have the spirit of Ubuntu, so we exist together. So India has the same concept, and we look forward to more such progress
Mm-hmm.
in the future on humanism being promoted. And I'm pretty sure I would like to mention one thing that not everybody in US agrees with the whims and fancies of its president. So we all agree about the unpredictability of his declarations. So it is in the interest of US itself also to integrate with global South
Mhm.
and not have policies like what is being offered now. And what has happened? You see, the tariff regime was there, and it was feared that it will have great impact on the world economy.
Mhm.
But what is the result? Not as much effect is being observed as was feared upon. And there has not been a widespread relocation of industries to US back. So things are moving, and humanities will take care of all the challenges in a positive, optimistic way. That's my view.